Hey, it's Evan. Welcome back to another episode of the Mindful 8 podcast. And in today's episode, we're talking about how it's time. It's time for you to wake up. It's December 1st, 2024. This has been by far the craziest year, not only in my life, but also for the world as a collective consciousness. My physical vessel has gone through so much, and my spirit has experienced so much, has learned so much, and my mind has been stretched to just how complex this matrix is. And in today's episode, we're talking about how it's really time for us to wake up. And I don't mean this in a not positive connotation. I mean, it's time for us to wake up to our true selves. It's time for us to wake up to the true calling. It's time for us to wake up to what is actually going on in this physical realm and how you are meant to actively participate in ushering in heaven on earth in this physical realm. Everybody needs to go on their own hero's journey. I'm not one to say what you need to do or what you need to do because I have no idea what your own hero's journey has in store. But from my personal experience, I've realized that my true purpose comes from me venturing into the unknown and taking a leap of faith. Every single time that I've traveled, every single time that I've conquered my fear by jumping into the unknown, by taking a leap of faith and going forth and experiencing new things, I've always learned so much. When I'm home in my hometown where I grew up my entire life, I'm 22 years young. I've always been caught in a limbo. I've always been stuck in this reoccurring loop of where am I going with my life? Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? And as of late, I've really rested in that unknown, being at home, right? It's December 1st, 2024. And this episode rings true to me because this year I woke up. I woke up to what actually goes on in the physical realm. I woke up to the fact that this is a grand matrix, but our own perception is the actual matrix. Matrix is the mind. So my mind, while it's different from your mind, it's all part of the collective consciousness. I create my own matrix. I create my own boxes. I create my own limiting beliefs. And I create all of this so I can overcome it and I can evolve past the limiting beliefs that I create for myself. But it's time for you to wake up. There are wars going on. There's threats of nuclear attacks. That is bizarre. Now, I wasn't around for the Cold War, where any day could be the last, but I don't think many people understand that we're in that timeline again. We never left that timeline, right? When nukes were created, we truly entered a new timeline. Every single civilization has run into the same problem: ego, striving for power, this desire for power. Every single civilization, back to ancient Sumeria, they've all dealt with nukes. And now this is happening again. So that little point, that there are actually threats of nuclear attacks, which I don't believe is ever going to happen. I don't think civilization could ever go that route. Nor do I ever want to go that route. But I know previous timelines, previous lives that I've lived, I've experienced that, which is why I'm speaking out on this right now. It is time for you to wake up. There are wars going on in the world. It's time for you to wake up to what you actually want to do. I'm not saying wake up to how all of this is going on. I'm saying wake up to actually doing what you want to do with your life. Wake up to pursuing what you've always wanted to pursue. Just the fact that there's a threat for a nuclear attack, experiencing what we as normal people see as attempted assassinations. None of this makes sense. It only makes sense when we make it make sense. And I really think understanding yogic cycles and astronomy a little bit, I know nothing. It all makes sense how 2012 was this great shift. The world was supposed to end. 12 years later, which is another cycle, we're in 2024, and now all of this is happening. My ego says it's very obvious why I tend to move a little bit differently now, and why I tend to think a little bit differently now is because this all makes sense. But it makes sense because I woke up to the fact that all of this exists. And I'm encouraging you to wake up to the fact that all of this exists. Look, I'm fascinated by geopolitics. I'm fascinated by macroeconomics. I'm fascinated by all that goes on in the physical realm because I'm in the physical realm. But there's one grand matrix, and then there's my own matrix. And my own matrix, I create that for myself. I'm realizing that there isn't just one grand matrix. Whatever you see, whatever comes out of your eyes, and whatever you believe this to be that or that to be this, that's your matrix. Your matrix is mind, your own mind. But it really is time for you to wake up. And I'm saying this in such a positive tone and in such a beautiful white essence of light, infinite light, electric love, unconditional love. It's time for you to actually pursue what you want to pursue. It's time for you to let go of the past and really enter into the true self of the true earth, you. It's really time for you to embody your highest self, which is you, here and now. It's time for you to actually do what you want to do with your life. Everything that goes on in the world that you can see through a black mirror, think about that. It either encourages fear or you reframe that fear as excitement, and it encourages you to actually pursue what you want to pursue. Because tomorrow isn't promised. So why not go ahead and do quite literally whatever you want to do with your life? The things that are holding you back, you are allowing it to hold you back. And this month, the month of December 2024, should be a beautiful reminder that you can do whatever you want with your life. And that is the beauty of free will. So wake up. Wake up and actually do what you want to do with your life. Wake up and choose the best version of yourself. Allow this to be motivation. Allow it to be inspiration for you to actually pursue what you want to pursue. Wake up to the fact that the things that are happening in the world, they aren't normal. They're only normal because we're allowing that to be normal. Only you decide what's normal. You decide what everything is. Wake up to this realization. Wake up. I love you. Thank you for listening. Have a beautiful day.